episode 6. Let's do this. Run it back. I'm one of your co-hosts, Daniel Perez.
And I am Messi Morales, and we are your unqualified
Qualified
heroes.
heroes. They're doing it, repping the merch, even though it's misspelled on my shirt. That's right, trial and error. But it's fixed online. So if you buy this hoodie, it's spelled correctly. If it would be. So today, Messi, what are we doing today? I'm excited.
Today, we're going to turn on each other because we're doing hot takes. We don't know which hot takes we're going to be talking about.
No idea. This is fresh.
This is like, not live because we're not live, but live to us. Call it whatever we want. And by the end of the episode, we'll see if we're still friends. Maybe if next week there's an episode, we're still friends. If there's no episode,
who knows if there's an episode next week? We're gonna turn probably.
We just wanted to do some hot takes and see who has a better world of being.
Who has a better world of opinions? That not anybody agrees with. So I'm gonna let Messi take the floor with the first hot take, and I'm scared, but we'll see. All right, Messi.
You ready? All right. My first hot take. WandaVision kind of sucks.
No, don't you even go there. That is wrong. You're automatically wrong. We're no longer friends. WandaVision is the epitome of greatness. No.
It kind of sucked. Let me tell you what. It started great. First
and it
episodes.
Ended great. And it was in the middle, it was great. It was great the whole way.
No. It started great, but midway it just sucked. You tell me the Ralph Boner thing was pleasing for you? The kids were kind of annoying.
Okay, that's the only thing.
The villain, if you rewatch the show, the villain was whatever. Is literally a forgettable villain. The only reason why we keep talking about Agatha is because there's a show coming for her. That's the only reason why Agatha is a mentioned character. Yeah.
Agatha All Along song? Come on, that's a bop.
This is the first time you mentioned that song since it came out. You have not ever talked about that song. No. The villain's forgettable. And she's a whatever villain. Literally her show, no one wants to show up on Agatha. We even talked about it.
Watch it be good.
Watch it. I don't know. I have a hot take about that later on about show something like that.
Gosh.
Yeah, but that's my hot take. My first one. I think WandaVision first half of the show is good. Second half, it sucks. So it's there's better shows.
Okay.
Tell me all
You're gonna hate this one, bro. You're gonna hate this one.
What's your hot take?
All right. My hot take, Guardians 2 was not good.
I removed them. We're not friends no more. If you're watching this on YouTube, you see what I'm doing. If you're listening on Spotify, you're only hearing me now. Let me add it. Let me stop being mean.
Hey.
Okay, so I talked to our fans, and we all decided that you are 100% a horrible person, and I just took you out of everything because of your hot takes. You know, what do you mean? Guardians of the Galaxy is a bad movie.
Guardians 2 was not good. Its villain turned into a
okay. Wait.
What is this? Fantastic Four 2?
Wait, let me ask you a question. When you say it's not good, what do you mean it's not good? Because
it's overrated.
Okay, because if you say that, the villain, just like any other MCU villain, is a mid villain because that's what the MCU does. But the movie was good. We got a great story. We got great characters. We got a good soundtrack. We got the most traumatic death Again, I still stand by that. Yondu's death was one of the most traumatic deaths
Yondu's
in the whole
death
MCU.
barely meant anything. It was like, man, that sucks.
You have no heart.
All right, let's move on.
You have no heart. Okay, if that's your point for a basic death, and May death was literally the most whatever death on the whole MCU
death
because
was
she
way
died.
more impactful than Yondu's. Point blank. Period.
She dies, and then 2 seconds later, her death meant nothing because it was not really talked about.
It still meant something.
After that. To who?
Yeah, he was still. And Spider-Man was still as angry as he was throughout the rest of the movie because Green Goblin killed Aunt May. It still mattered the entire way of the movie. Yondu's death is like he died. All right, where's the concept? Where's like the impact of it? You didn't feel the impact of it. You're just like, all right.
Oh my god.
Then you got this dude that turned into a he was setting up to be such a good villain. And then they turned him into a planet, and I was like, eh.
But that's what he is. He's a celestial wannabe.
Yeah,
he's
but
a planet.
He didn't have to turn into a planet. And then it was the first one is a top 5 MCU, arguably a top 5 MCU movie. The second one was a step down. It was not as good. I'm still excited for Guardians 3, but the second was just not good. It is overhyped. We got more Rocket. I love more Rocket. And, Baby Groot, but it didn't live up to the potential of the first 2 of what it could have been.
I am about to remove you again from this chat and never add you. I will have a whole podcast by myself if you ever diss Guardians of the Galaxy 2 again.
It's just my honest opinion. It's not that good. It's good, but it's like not that good. It's like It's a popcorn movie.
You're an definition.
I'm not an
You are a definition. All right, whatever. I am moving on from your disgusting comment. You're disgusting human being. My second one that I do want to bring up. This one is outside of the MCU and Marvel Comics per se and DC.
Okay.
Amazon, everybody knows Amazon. If you got Amazon Prime, all that stuff. Okay. Yeah. They got 2 superhero shows, The Boys and Invincible. Mm-hmm. Those 2 only shows is better than Phase 3.
What? Phase 3? Okay, I thought you were going to say
4.
Phase 4. And I was like, okay, I can agree with that. Phase 2 is better than Infinity War, Endgame?
It's better.
Civil War?
You can't, okay.
Well, maybe Civil War is Phase 2, but...
Civil War is Phase 3. You don't even know Phases. Listen to me.
So you're talking about Civil War and Infinity War combined? They're not as good?
Yep.
No.
Yep. Invincible and The Boys is better than anything that MCU has dropped.
No.
In general. They are literally the definition of how good
better
superhero
than
show should be.
Anything the MCU has dropped?
Phase 3 and Phase 4. Yeah. I stand by it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what the MCU has dropped is wrong and bad and whatever.
Okay,
no.
so
I still love Phase 3.
You're telling me in The Boys and in Invincible, you got as hype as you did then when you saw Captain America pick up the hammer?
That's just nostalgia. That's literally a crowd pleaser moment. If you watch it again
and it's still good. I can watch it 100 times and I'll still cheer.
No, man. I think The Boys and Invincible. I think Amazon is doing a better job to portraying characters outside of the comic books better than the comic books. And that's what the MCU should be doing. Yeah, they're portraying the characters good in a way that we still love and still come to see them again. But I think Amazon is doing a better job at portraying characters of comics. Only with 2 shows.
No. They're
Yeah.
good shows. I agree they're great shows. Not as good as Phase 3. Simple as that. All right.
Simple
all
as
right.
that. It is better than Phase 3 and Phase 4.
We'll go with my second hot take. All right. Black Panther Wakanda Forever was not good.
Explain yourself. Why is it not good?
It wasn't good because it had a forgettable villain. Just like Ego. And you're missing the heart of which I don't blame because the tragic passing, but you're missing the heart of what made Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman.
He's dead. He can't come back. He can't do nothing.
And I'm not blaming. I am not blaming Wakanda Forever for that. But it still makes it not good anymore.
Chadwick Boseman passed away. So you're saying the movie is bad because Chadwick Boseman's not in the movie?
Yep.
And how do you mean? What do you mean Namor is a forgettable villain? He was literally the only good thing about that movie. You make no sense. What do you mean Namor?
He's just like
literally.
You just saw this weird backstory with him, like, oh, being a kid, like flying, and then he's just swimming he's literally swimming half the movie, just going around places. And in the end, he gets his butt whooped, and then he's like, oh, we're friends now. He's trying to make out with freaking Black Panther Jr. No. This is weird.
Okay. Okay, so let's break it down because you gave too many topics right now. You said he is swimming in the movie, right? He is literally an effing mother fishing fish. Man, he's a fish man. And Baku said it. He's a fish man. Of course he has to swim. What?
No, I mean, like, you know how in the middle of the movie when he was showing her Talokan, and he's just like, they're just swimming for like 5 minutes with this weird music in the background.
Okay, that's not his fault. One, that's the director's fault because he wanted a longer movie and showing pointless parts. I get that part of the movie,
which makes the movie bad.
Namor, no, yeah, it makes the movie bad. I'm not arguing with that part. I'm only arguing because you said Namor was a forgettable villain. He's not. He's coming back again.
Yeah,
he's gonna be better than before.
And I'm sure he'll be better.
But Namor was a good villain. He literally flooded Wakanda.
I liked the person who was fighting Okoye better than Namor. I saw a better fight scene between Okoye and Namor's freaking goon than Namor and Black Panther. That shouldn't happen. I should not see a better fight scene with side characters than main characters.
Okay, Daniel. Okay. I know your favorite game to play is Fortnite. So you know you only like little kid stuff, okay? I know. But Shuri and Namor's fight was better than whatever character you're talking about.
Okoye fighting on the street?
She whooped Namor's ass. Yeah. Again, it's her movie. They're going to make her win. Plus, she burned him alive, so he lost the ability to use water for that fight. So, but if he had the ability to use water, she probably would have been gone. Bye-bye. Another tragic death in the movie. By the way, he killed the queen. Like what?
And that made the movie better than what it is, but it doesn't keep the movie from not being as good as it could have been.
your hot take is trash. The only part of your hot take that I didn't like, of like I don't agree with you at all, is the forgettable villain. Namor was not a forgettable villain. You're a forgettable villain. Suck my nuts.
Whatever. What's your other hot take?
No Way Home.
Don't. No. What are you gonna say?
No Way Home was only made for nostalgic hook, the grab, or whatever you want to call it. That's the only reason why that movie. No, that's the only reason why that movie's good.
Toby and Andrew didn't even show up till 2/3 into the movie.
Okay, Toby and Andrew were not the only two nostalgia in the whole movie. Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Sandman, Lizard, Electro.
All but that's not necessarily nostalgia. Those are main comic book characters to Spider-Man's story. Green Goblin, that's like a main Spider-Man villain.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm just saying of why they brought Alfred back. Why did they brought Willem Dafoe back? Why did they have to bring Jamie Foxx? I don't know the Lizard's name in real life, or the Sandman guy. I don't know their names in real life. So the Sandman or whatever. Why, if they're so iconic characters, why are they not in the main MCU as their own villains? So bringing all those characters back from previous movies is a nostalgic hook grab. They hook you. They hook me. I'm not saying like I'm not including myself, but it's literally a nostalgic grab, and it's a crowd pleaser. I will give anything to watch a movie again in the movie theater for the first time. But that movie, if you watch it again, and you watch it by yourself in your room by your TV, it's boring. Because they make pauses. Listen, they make pauses for every nostalgic moment. So when Green Goblin shows up, when Octavius shows up for the first time,
and if you're listening to the movie and people are cheering, you can't hear what they're saying, so they have to make a pause.
That's my point. No Way Home is only a nostalgic movie.
It's not only a nostalgic movie. It's a nostalgic movie, but it fits on its own. If Toby and Andrew never showed up, and you had recasted, and you had recasted people,
everybody would have walked out of that movie theater disappointed. Because
I would have been mad. You're right, but it still would have been a great movie.
It wouldn't be where it is right now.
It wouldn't be where it is, but it still would have been a great movie.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's a boring movie after you watch it the second time outside of the movie theater. If you watch it in the movie theater, yeah, it's great because you have those fans that they're just cheering and you feel the excitement to cheer with them. But if you watch it by yourself at home and you're watching it because you want to watch it, it's a boring movie. You get bored. I seen it outside of the movie theater and I got bored watching it.
No.
And the only reasons I rewatched that movie again, I'll skip literally until that moment of Andrew and Garfield.
It's so good.
I literally skipped to that moment.
You missed the whole Green Goblin slamming Peter Parker to the ground. That was iconic.
I skipped to the scene of Andrew and Garfield showing up.
You missed Spider-Man in the rain with his amazing acting.
I skip to the scene of Andrew and Toby showing up every time I see that movie.
You know what? I hope whenever you make a movie that they skip all the way to the freaking end and
I don't care.
2 minutes worth of the movie.
Hey, if I make a movie and you're watching it only for those a few seconds, I don't care. You're watching my movie. Thank you for watching my movie.
That means all the work that you put in only 2 minutes of it mattered.
Exactly, just like that movie. Only 2 minutes matter.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
I have another nostalgia hot take next.
I have another hot take.
What's your
This is my third one. Hold on, my eye itches.
Are you building
Okay.
suspense?
I'm getting emotional. No. Into the Spider-Verse is overhyped.
You're saying Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse
A
is overhyped.
definition of the best Spider-Man movie. Beating No Way Home. Beating Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire, but Spider-Man 2. You're saying Into the Spider-Verse is overrated.
Yep.
So you're saying because on every person list that I seen on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, every time they rate Into the Spider-Verse, it's up there. If it's
I
not number
agree.
1, it's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying if
I'm telling you right now.
yeah,
I'm
if
telling you
Spider-
right now. I'm telling you right now. Far From Home is better than Into the Spider-Verse.
no, it's
Far
not.
From Home is better than Into
No,
the
it's not.
Spider-Verse.
On what sense are you saying?
On every level.
On every level.
On every level, except the fact that one's animation and one's live action. It's better. It is.
Explain. Okay, explain. I want to hear your explanation when you say Far From Home is better than Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay. My explanation as to why Into the Spider-Verse is overhyped is because 1, No Way Home is a better movie. 2, Spider-Man 2 is a better movie. 3, Far From Home is a better movie. So now you have 3 of the how many are there? 8? 3 of the 9. 3 of the 9 Spider-Man movies that are already better. So really, Into the Spider-Verse is a mid-tier movie compared to all the Spider-Mans. Oh, I also forgot. Amazing Spider-Man is a better movie than Into the Spider-Verse. So now you have 4 of the 9 movies.
Stop capping.
Are better.
Stop capping. The Amazing Spider-Man is no one's top 5 movies.
The Amazing Spider-Man is a top 3 Spider-Man movie.
The only reason why Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movie should be that high is because of the CGI. It's because of how Spider-Man did his action scenes and the suit.
That's like half the movie.
No.
Action scenes, Spider-Man.
Story sucks. That's like literally 75% of the movie is the acting.
The story was good. The story. You had Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy was better than MJ.
Okay, I'm not arguing with that. 100%. MJ sucks.
That's half the story.
Does not have 75%
yeah, that's his love interest.
75% of the story of Amazing Spider-Man is not that great.
Lizard was a good villain.
I'm not saying the villains or the acting or the actors. The actors and everything was great. It's the story. The story and the script writing of this movie, it could have been made by a kid. That's why those movies did not do so great. Number 1 and 2. And how they did Green Goblin dirty on the second movie.
I'm not talking about the second movie. I'm talking about the first movie.
I'm just saying that those movies shouldn't be higher than Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse is literally a definition of how a Spider-Man movie is.
If you really think about it, Into the Spider-Verse would be more written by a kid than the Amazing Spider-Man. A bunch of random Spider-Mans, one being a pig, one being some anime girl, fighting like Kingpin. Come on. The Amazing Spider-Man is better. Far From Home is better.
Into the
Spider-Man's overhyped. Into the Spider-Verse is overhyped. I said what I said.
Into the Spider-Verse did a better job doing multiverse stuff than Way Home did.
Still overhyped.
Yeah, think about that.
Still overhyped.
It is now overhyped. It's literally the best Spider-Man movie.
It's not. I just named 4
It
Spider-Man
is.
movies that are better.
They're not better than Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man 2 is better. Far From Home is
It's
better.
not.
The Amazing Spider-Man is better. And No Way Home is better. 4
It's
movies
not,
that are
bro.
better.
I don't know what source you'll be getting your
What source?
information.
This
But
head right here.
Your head sucks. Let me tell you about your head. It sucks. All right, whatever.
It's
okay.
because nah. I said
It's not
nah.
overrated. Is underrated.
Underrated.
That's what it is.
Whatever. What's your other hot take?
I'm not your friend no more. I hate you so much right now.
That's not what
All
I
right.
said.
Okay. This one is kind of sad because I don't want it to be true. But it's how I think is what's happening now with every superhero show and movie in general, like DC included and Marvel. I'm not talking about Amazon because Amazon is doing their own thing. But nostalgia is the only thing that people are going to the theater to see movies.
That is not true.
It is 100% true. Nostalgia is the only thing that's making people go
Avatar?
see any movies. No, I'm talking about Marvel and DC. I'm not talking about any other movies.
No. That is definitely not true. Phase 4 is all new characters. There is no nostalgia in Phase 4 except No Way Home.
You're telling me starting it off with WandaVision.
There's no nostalgia in WandaVision. WandaVision is
No. I'm not saying. Okay, hear what I said. Nostalgia is the only thing why people go see stuff. I'm not saying there's nostalgia stuff on the show or movie. Let me define what I'm saying. Let's go back to the first show on Phase 4, which was WandaVision. Every mother effing week, we will make a theory of Mephisto coming to the show. Another theory about Doctor Strange coming to the show. Another theory about the X-Men coming to the show. Another theory about every effing character showing up on this show and every episode being a disappointment because we didn't get what we wanted. Hence, we were watching for the nostalgia because they keep saying there's a cameo coming around. There's a Luke Skywalker cameo coming around. Again, happened on Winter Soldier. Same thing. Every week, we wanted something to show up, and we were watching it to see, oh, this is going to happen. This person's going to show up. Nostalgia, getting in our heads and happening again. Let's bring it now to Phase 5. Ant-Man came around. People were, guess what? Watching it for nostalgia. We were wanting to see something great, a great cameo. Even Paul Rudd said, oh, the cameos on this movie are going to be great. He said so confident that his quote saying it's going to be so great for the characters who are going to be coming up. People went up expecting to see something that's going to be in the movie, but it wasn't. The only cameo that you want to say, oh, Loki was on the very end. That was a teaser for season 2 of Loki. He wasn't part of the movie. He didn't give any meaning to the movie whatsoever. The movie sucked with or without Loki being there on that end credit scene.
The movie sucked.
The movie was side. People, it's a 40 something percent. I'm not saying the movie sucked. I'm just trying to prove a point. Listen to me. Let's go to the DC side. Let's go with Black Adam. What happened with Black Adam? Nobody wanted to see that. Even Dwayne Johnson had to say, oh, there's a bigger thing coming on the end. yo, but I watched my movie. Yo, should I buy some tickets? Guess what? Henry Cavill showed up, and guess what? The movie was great. Until the next day, people were bashing it because the movie sucked, and the only reason why that movie was so good is because of Henry Cavill. Yet again, nostalgia. The only reason why MCU fans are watching stuff right now is nostalgia. Phase 5 and Phase 6, 100% nostalgia. Secret Wars is not even here yet, and they're making theories about Iron Man coming back, Captain America coming back, Thor coming back. I mean, Thor's alive still, but like those characters that died, they're making theories about it that they're coming back.
And they're coming back.
Exactly. We're expecting it because we are so bad accustomed that we want nostalgia and everything. That's a hot take.
I watch it without nostalgia. I watched
nuts.
WandaVision. I watched WandaVision all the way through without nostalgia.
We were those fans that theorized every week. Oh, this show's gonna show up. Mephisto this, Mephisto that.
Mephisto is not nostalgia.
We wanted him to show up,
but it's not nostalgia.
Exactly. We were watching it for the nostalgia moment. We got that moment on No Way Home. That was a nostalgia moment. We were so happy to see Toby and Andrew on the big screen with Tom Holland on the MCU. Hence, that was a nostalgia moment. We want nostalgia moments on the MCU. That's why we want to go to the theaters to see this movie. That's why the MCU makes so much money, because of the nostalgia moment that they keep hyping up and they don't deliver. See, and that's just it's a very, very sad hot take, because I don't want it to be true, but it's so true that it's sad.
Okay, I got my other hot take here. Moon Knight is a top 5 MCU project. It's a top 5 MCU project. It's not in the top 3. We all know Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. I don't know what number 4 is. I have to think about it. But it's number 5 for me. Moon Knight is really good. You cannot say every episode you watched, you left that episode thinking, damn, that was a damn good episode. Because that's exactly what you thought.
Okay. I'll give you that is a good show. I'll give you that. But that's it. It's not a top 5. So if you're saying top 5 of MCU, you're talking about every single project. You have 40 over projects.
Yep.
No Way Home. Avengers Infinity War.
It's not better than Infinity War. The top 3.
Wait. I'm naming every single project that's better than Moon Knight.
Okay.
Endgame. Civil War. Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Iron Man 3. Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 3 is not better than Moon Knight.
Thor.
Iron Man 1's not better. Thor 1's not better.
Thor 1.
Thor 1 is not better than Moon Knight.
Avengers
is not better than Moon Knight.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron's not better than Moon Knight.
You serious?
Yeah.
You think Moon Knight is a top 5? Top 5.
It is number
MCU
5.
project.
It is number 5 in MCU projects.
Do you think Moon Knight is a top 5? Top 5 MCU project? Like out of
it is number 5 in the MCU projects.
It's not, bro.
It is.
CGI was not that great. The story of the show
was
good.
The
action of it. The story of it was good.
The story of it was amazing.
The story of Moon Knight was amazing.
The story of Moon Knight was so good.
The only episode that's good is episode 5. That's it. Okay. It's not a bad show. It's a good show. The story's good. But to say it's top 5 of the MCU story-wise and CGI-wise and acting-wise and superhero-wise is not.
I'll tell you right now, Moon Knight had a better story than No Way Home.
Okay, let me do math.
There's only 4 movies better than Moon Knight. Four projects better than Moon Knight.
Can you name those 4 projects?
Infinity War, Civil War,
okay,
Endgame,
Okay.
I can't remember the fourth one off the top of my head, but let's just say Winter Soldier. Let's just say Winter Soldier.
You're saying those 4 projects are better than Moon Knight.
Yes.
Okay. Let me do the math for you. Let me understand your hot takes theories. Okay. You're saying No Way Home is not as good as Moon Knight. You just said that right now.
Yeah.
Okay. You're rating No Way Home higher than Into the Spider-Verse too, right? Because you said No Way Home is better than Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want fans or people to understand your logic on movies and projects of where you're ranking based on your list. Okay. Because your hot takes are literally dog shit. I'm gonna put Dwayne Johnson saying it is literally dog shit.
No.
When you say Moon Knight is top 5 project, you make no sense. Literally, the action in this movie, every moment
the psychologicalness of Moon Knight made the story way better than any Spider-Man project we've had.
The action scenes of this show were not there. Every time there was action
for a good story.
It's a motherfucking MCU. That's literally 50% of everything. It's a superhero based show. It's a superhero based universe.
But it's an origin story, so you don't need action in an origin story. You're setting up Moon Knight. You're gonna see action in Moon Knight season 2.
What? You don't have action on an origin story?
You did have action, but you don't need as much action as you want.
Every time Mark Spector was going ham, he will bleak out. He will go away.
Yeah, that was
cool. And then the other dude will come up and we don't see it. Literally the last fight of the show with Arthur and Mark were fighting. We're going at it. Arthur was whooping Mark Spector's ass.
No, Mark is Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight. Mark Spector, Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Was fighting Arthur.
No, the other guy was fighting. Mark is the vigilante one.
Yeah.
He wasn't fighting Arthur.
Yes, he was.
The other one was fighting Arthur.
Steven was not.
Steven was fighting Arthur.
No, Mr. Knight was not fighting Arthur. Moon Knight was fighting Arthur on the end of the show.
No, you're right. You're
naming this show top 5
because the third personality came in and fought, and that was cool. That was cool because it was a tease. It was a tease.
We didn't see anything.
It's a tease for season 2. You don't need to see it. It's a setup.
What?
It's a setup. It's an origin story. You set up for more. No. It's like seeing Joker in the end of the Batman. A tease.
Okay, but whatever. It's call it whatever you want. That was not the first time they did that on the whole show. Every time Mark Spector was getting his ass whooped, he will go to the third personality and take over, but we don't see anything. How many teases are you gonna do for one character on one show?
Season 1, as many teases as you want to do.
Plus, there were filler episodes on a 6-episode show.
There was no filler episodes.
There were filler episodes.
There was not a single filler episode.
Every
episode moved the story.
Episode 6 didn't move the story to nothing. Episode 6 was completely.
Episode 6 was the end of the story. Okay, I admit episode 6 was the worst episode of the 6 episodes. I admit that.
But it's not top 5.
Project. Still
it's
top
not
5.
Top 5. It's not top 5. It's not top 5. I don't know. I don't know where he's getting his source from or your hot takes from. You probably read it from YouTube and say, "Oh, this sounds good." Let me say
it's
it
from
to
piss off
Messi. Let's piss off Messi by saying, "Oh, Moon Knight's a top 5 show or character of of the MCU. No, it's not. Suck my penis. It's not. It's not even close. Not even top 10. Not even top 20. That's how many
20?
projects there is on the FEMCU. It's not even top 20.
It's definitely a top 5. I could live with top 10. But I think it's top 5.
Whatever.
What's your last hot? I don't know how many hot takes. What's your 4th hot take? Or 5th
All
hot
right,
take?
so I'm on my last hot take. This is my
right.
5th hot take. Okay. You ready? This is my last
ready.
one.
I'm ready.
And it's a pretty big one. And I'm really sad about this one too. Superman as Henry Cavill is overrated.
Henry Cavill Superman, the best Superman we've ever had in Superman history since
He's not.
Smallville was the best. No, Smallville you didn't even have Superman. You had Clark Kent. This is the best Superman we've ever had. He is the perfect Superman. He looks like Superman. If you were blind, a blind person, go to a hospital, go up to whatever floor is blind people floor, and go ahead, ask them, what do you think Superman looks like? And they're gonna describe to you a picture of Henry Cavill.
You're saying, okay. Man of Steel 1, Batman v Superman, and Justice League. 3 movies he was in.
Yeah. 4 if you count Zack Snyder.
Oh yeah, same movie, whatever. That's another hot take. Zack Snyderverse is overrated too. That's whatever. Okay, Henry Cavill as Superman. He was the Superman, the biggest Superman away from the comics. Yes, the Zack Snyder verse, people kill, superheroes kill, whatever. Superman doesn't really kill people.
Yeah. Right.
He was fighting General Zod at that bank with people in it. His only option that he thought was the only option is to kill Zod. He had no other option. There was no other option.
There was no other option
to save those people.
No other option.
You couldn't fly up?
No, because his beam could make his beam go down. He could be flying up, and his beam could still be going down. His laser beam
couldn't fly up. What do you mean? It's beam? All you have to do is hold his head and go up.
That's a lot of work. So hold a superpower man's head and fly up at the same time.
Zack Snyder didn't think of it all. Sean, if you're listening, Henry Cavill is overrated as Superman.
No, Henry Cavill's not overrated. He's literally the best Superman.
He's not the best. I think the Superman from Superman Lewis is a better Superman than him.
What?
Yeah. I think the original Supermans before him are better Superman than him. I can't name them all because I haven't seen all the movies. But the movies that I've seen from Superman are better than Henry Cavill.
No. That's literally Henry Cavill Superman. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not okay. Let me make it more sense to you because you're dumb. Henry Cavill as Superman was good for what it was. But comparing it to other Supermans, he is the most overrated one. Yes, you can say he's the most powerful one because of how he was portrayed on here. He wasn't really human. Superman is the most human character of DC. That's what he is. He's an alien out of space, but he's the most human out of all them all. He wasn't the most human person on the Zack Snyder Justice League, Batman v Superman, Man of Steel.
Who is the most human person?
Not him. Batman. Batman is literally the opposite of Superman, and he was more human than Superman.
That's because he
How do you make that? How do you manage to f that up so bad
Because
that you
Superman
make
wasn't in the movie until the very end.
on Batman v Superman,
I
literally his
thought you
movie.
were talking about Zack Snyder's Superman.
Superman
Yeah.
was so human in that movie. Literally, he went to court and all that stuff, and he was like trying to save people. And then the whole Martha thing. Come on.
Oh, Lois Lane, that movie sucked too. She's overrated too. I think that whole
Amy
Zack Snyder
Adams.
universe. I think the whole Zack Snyder universe is overrated.
Amy Adams was a pretty good Lois Lane.
She was not. The Lois Lane from Superman and Lois is a better Lois Lane. The Lois Lane on Smallville was a better Lois Lane. Lois Lane
It
on
was a
every
better
other
Lois-
project.
Smallville had the best characters, but those are like that was still
Pre-Superman, I guess.
pre-Superman.
Because-
No.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I'm not saying just Henry Cavill. You know what? I'm gonna change my hot take. The whole Snyderverse is overrated. And I'm
I
happy
can
James Gunn
admit-
came around. James Gunn. Yeah.
Are you gonna
I
get a
said it.
James Gunn tattooed on your shirt?
No, I'm not gonna show my belly.
all right, whatever. I
What's
got my
your last hot
I
take?
got my last hot take. Okay. I had to remember what it was. Okay, I remember. A lot of people complain about this. And I completely disagree with their complaints. Steve going back to Peggy Carter was the best thing in Endgame for his arc. And people who say otherwise are wrong.
So you're saying that his selfish move was the best thing for his arc.
He deserves
back-
he deserves a little selfishness. He's been selfless the entire MCU, and people
No.
are like people
No.
like you are like, oh,
No.
he's thinking with this head instead of this head because
No.
he wants Peggy Carter. Well, guess what? He can find other Peggy Carters in 2025. He doesn't. He's not only thinking with that head because I agree, but he's thinking with this head too. So
Okay. Captain America started as selfless. Yes.
yes,
Movies progress. He went from selfless to selfish.
it was still selfless.
No, it didn't. Because when he goes back and retrieve every single stone and everything went back to normal, because I still call that Cap. Not pun intended. When he went to Vormir to return the Soul Stone, what did he have to do?
No one knows.
Exactly. So there's it's not back to normal, which is still an unspoken thing on the MCU.
It's still back to normal. We just don't know what happened. Some things can just be left unknown.
No. What? That's okay. Selfish. You said he was selfless for the entire arc. No, he wasn't.
When was he selfish?
He was freaking Civil War. What?
He was looking out for his friend. That's selfless.
Again, protecting a friend from another friend who killed his mother.
So if he was on Iron Man's side, you could still say the same thing of him being selfish. He had to take a side regardless. So either side he took, you could say he
No.
was selfish.
He could have helped Bucky and also helped Iron Man so that didn't escalate. He only thought one way out of it. The only way out of that he thought it was to save Bucky because Iron Man was bloodthirst and he wanted to kill.
Yeah. So he had to
He
save
could have
him.
helped. He could have helped. He could have literally he could have been the key of preventing that fight.
He was trying. Iron Man didn't want to hear no for an answer.
No. No. Selfish. He went back in time. So everything that happened again, because he literally relived every single moment that happened
Yeah.
again, he never interfered.
He doesn't want to mess with the timeline. What are you gonna do? He's gonna get pruned by the TVA. You know, like I don't know if he knows about the TVA, but if he did, he'd get pruned by them. So he can't interfere. First off, think about this. He's not even. He doesn't even
2025 is not even his time. He was born in the 1900s. He deserves to go back to when he was born. He's not like Kang when he's like, oh, I'm just going to pick this time because I feel like picking this time. He was born in that era. So whatever. If he has to watch all the events, then he has to watch all the events. Go to sleep at that time. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that was the smartest decision of him actually going back in time and just staying on that moment. Yes, you could say, oh, it's a cute moment for them too. They're finally reunited.
It was cute.
But he could have found the love of his life on that new time that he is. He was already about to bang the niece of Peggy Carter.
Because
Like,
he misses
what happened to
Peggy.
that?
It's just you go down the time. You gotta go down the generations. If you can't get Peggy, you get Peggy 2.0.
Exactly.
But it wasn't good enough. He was about to bang and he realized this ain't Peggy.
I don't know. I think that was a selfish move from his part, and a lot of people disagree with it because I disagree with your point because he could have literally stayed and prevent a lot of the stuff from what's going on right now in the MCU.
Anyways, I know I'm right. You're wrong. It's fine. So, if you guys are listening to this, whose hot takes do you disagree with? Let us know. Comment. Be like, yo, your hot take, you're wrong. And if you think one of us are right with our hot takes, let us know. Which most of them are going to be about me saying mine are right, but it's fine.
Bro, your hot takes are literally trash. All of them. All your hot takes are trash, and no one's gonna be with you on your side.
They're going to be on my side. But
No.
that's our show. So, where can they find you, Messi?
Yeah, well, you can find me at Messi.17_ on Instagram. And let me know who you are, so I don't think you're a creep.
Yeah, and you can find me at Danny42 with 3 N's. 2 was taken. And if you don't want to follow us, you can always follow us at Unqualified Heroes on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, which we barely use, but we still use, TikTok, Facebook, not Snapchat, because we don't
Because
have...
we're not creeps.
Not creeps. We're not trying to Snapchat. We're not trying to Snapchat you and hit up in the DMs. But yeah, so that's our show. Hope you enjoyed. And Unqualified Heroes.